Imagine looking into the mirror and no longer recognizing yourself. Is it a nightmare or the dream of perfection? In today's video, we will dissect the tragedies behind Hollywood's glamour. A place where stars are willing to butcher their own bodies just for a nod of approval from the public. From botched surgeries that ruin their flesh to psychological disorders that make them never feel beautiful enough. What you're about to witness is not just a change in appearance, but the desperate scream of souls trapped within. The raw truth begins now. In the unforgiving world of hip-hop, it is rare for a white girl from rural Australia to rise to the very top. But Iggy Azalea didn't attract attention through music alone. She sparked intense debate over how far an artist can go in altering their physical identity. Iggy has never hidden her use of cosmetic surgery. She is one of the few A-list stars who openly admitted, "I like the results I've dreamed of this my whole life." Yet as early breast augmentation and a nose job gradually gave way to more extreme changes in her body shape, the public began asking an uncomfortable question: was Iggy trying to turn herself into a version of herself that was no longer white? The changes to her facial bone structure, and especially her dramatically fuller hips, shaped in the BBL fat transfer style, have led Iggy to face accusations of blackfishing, a term referring to white individuals who deliberately use cosmetic procedures, makeup, and style to appear as people of color for cultural profit. Comments on the social media platform ex-Twitter have been ruthless, calling her a wax doll or a product of assembly. But behind those glossy curves and sculpture-like features, what truly lies beneath the suffocating pressure of an entertainment industry where perfection is the only ticket to survival. The tragedy of Iggy Azalea lies in her pursuit of perfection by imitating the traits of another race, a pursuit that has gradually caused her to lose the unique beauty and identity that once defined her original appeal. Many fans feel nostalgic for the raw, free-spirited image she had during the fancy era and question whether she is truly shining as a star or losing herself in an endless attempt to satisfy a world that is never content. Iggy's journey shows that in the digital age, the line between personal freedom and the erasure of identity is extremely fragile, and that the price of a perfect appearance is relentless public judgment about who you really are beneath it. If there is one woman who has redefined the concept of aging in the 21st century, it is Kris Jenner. Not just the momager behind the Kardashian family's billion-dollar empire, Kris is also the chief architect of a look the world has been eager to replicate, a face untouched by time, a level of perfection so extreme it borders on the unreal. She has openly revealed her facelift on national television. For Kris, every Botox injection and filler treatment is not just about beauty, it is a tool to maintain her position of power in an industry that constantly seeks to push older women aside. But look deeper beneath this flawless mask. On social media platform X, the public frequently debates whether Kris Jenner is gradually losing the natural expressions of a mother and grandmother. Overfilled lips and cheekbones have created an appearance many describe as borderless beauty, a face with no clear age, no clear origin, marked only by the unmistakable hand of the most advanced cosmetic technology. Why does she never allow herself to age? Behind the radiant exterior and steel-like confidence lies the immense pressure of a woman tasked with preserving an entire family's brand. In Kris Jenner's world, aging is treated as an enemy that must be defeated. She has created a beauty standard in which humans no longer look entirely human, but instead resemble a flawlessly edited digital version of themselves. But what is the cost of maintaining this illusion? Is there ever a moment when looking into the mirror she feels unfamiliar with the woman staring back at her? Kris Jenner stands as proof that power and beauty often go hand in hand, but they also create a dazzling golden cage. What do you think about Kris Jenner's war against time? Is it a form of empowerment or a rejection of natural identity? Comment 2 if you see it as a powerful choice, or 5 if you think she has become too dependent on cosmetic surgery. In the history of reality, television no transformation has been more shocking or controversial than that of Khloe Kardashian. While her sisters performed subtle tweaks to enhance their beauty, Khloe seemed to undergo a total aesthetic purge. She didn't just want to change her face, she wanted to completely erase the old version that the world once mocked as the fat Kardashian sister. Khloe is the most vivid proof that when cosmetic technology meets psychological pain, it can create an entirely new entity. From her jawline structure and nose to her surreal hourglass physique, the current Khloe looks like she has no relation whatsoever to the girl from 10 years ago. But here's what makes Khloe the focus of today's headlines: the ambiguity of her racial identity. Khloe has frequently faced accusations of blackfishing, a term describing white women who alter their appearance to appropriate the physical traits of women of color. With deeply tanned skin, overfilled lips, and hairstyles associated with black culture, Khloe has prompted the public to question which race is she trying to belong to. Behind meticulously edited Instagram photos that make fans barely recognize their idol lies a quiet pain. Khloe has long lived in the shadow of her older sisters Kim and Kourtney. She was once mercilessly bullied by the media over her weight and appearance. Those emotional scars have driven her into an endless race with cosmetic surgery. Many psychologists suggest that Khloe may be facing extreme body dysmorphic tendencies. Despite having a figure millions dream of, she has never felt enough. Each new procedure is a desperate attempt to gain acceptance from a world that has always been overly critical of her. Khloe Kardashian isn't just changing her face, she is trying to change her very identity to escape past traumas. But can an artificial swan ever find true happiness when her original self has been erased? Imagine being the voice of an entire generation, smart, sharp, and radiating that rebellious British indie vibe. That was the Lily Allen we all knew and loved with her hit song Smile. But even as she sang about laughing through the hard times behind the lens, Lily was fighting a silent enemy, an obsession with her appearance. Lily Allen was never one to stay silent. While many stars try to guard their cosmetic procedures like a state secret, Lily chose to expose the entire truth on her podcast. From nose jobs and Botox to liposuction, she admitted to everything. But the question isn't what she did, it's why she did it. Lily's transformation is a direct result of what we call the confidence-grinding machine of the music industry. She once shared that she had hated her nose for years and felt a terrifying pressure to stand alongside the thin, flawless models on magazine covers. However, there is a painful truth in this journey. Lily admitted that she once turned to plastic surgery as a remedy for a soul shattered by personal tragedies and the toxic scrutiny of the British tabloids. Many fans worry that in her effort to become more beautiful and more confident, Lily is slowly losing the witty, raw authenticity that once defined her brand. Although she insists that going under the knife helped her love herself more, her physical transformation at age 40 has sparked fierce debates on X, formerly Twitter. Is this self-liberation, or is it just another form of surrendering to the unrealistic beauty standards that Hollywood imposes on women? Lily Allen remains a talented artist, but her story is a sharp reminder even the strongest women can be wounded by harsh aesthetic standards. She didn't change her race, but she is changing the identity of a raw indie girl to become a more polished version, a version she hopes the world will finally accept. In the world of extreme transformation, there are those who don't just want to change their faces, they want to completely erase their human essence to become an inanimate icon. Meet Sarah Burge, the woman who spent over $800,000 and underwent more than 100 surgeries to be called the real-life Barbie. But don't let that perfect plastic shell fool you. This isn't a story of mere vanity. This is an escape from a traumatic reality. Few know that Sarah's journey to the scalpel began with a tragedy. She was once the victim of a brutal assault that left her face completely disfigured. Plastic surgery was initially meant to reconstruct, but later it morphed into a haunting restructuring of identity. Sarah didn't just want to heal her wounds. She wanted to destroy the woman who had endured that pain and replace her with an entity that couldn't feel agony, a silicone doll. However, the peak of the controversy that left the world in shock was when Sarah decided to pass this legacy down to the next generation. She gave her 7-year-old daughter gift vouchers for plastic surgery and breast augmentation to be used in the future. Why would a mother want her child to enter the downward spiral of the scalpel so early? This is the pain behind the mask. Sarah believes that in a harsh world, artificial beauty is the only weapon for survival. She is trying to build a doll empire where nature is treated as a defect. Sarah Burge's journey is the clearest evidence that when body modification becomes a painkiller for emotional trauma, it will never have an end. She succeeded in becoming a living Barbie, but the price was the total loss of her human self and the creation of a heartbreaking legacy for future generations. In the late 90s, no one could deny the magnetic pull of Tara Reid. With her radiant blonde hair and the vibrant natural beauty she displayed in American Pie, she was every boy's dream muse, a perfect icon of pure Americana. But at the peak of her fame, Tara made a decision that she would later call the biggest mistake of her life. She didn't want to change her race or turn herself into a doll. She just wanted absolute perfection. But in the world of the scalpel, the line between enhancing beauty and self-destruction can sometimes be as thin as a surgeon's incision. Everything collapsed after just one botched liposuction and breast augmentation. Instead of a toned body, Tara was left with rippled scarring and deformed skin. This wasn't just a medical accident, it was a nuclear blast that annihilated her career. The Hollywood media, which once worshipped her, suddenly turned its back and transformed her into the target of the most cruel body-shaming imaginable. Imagine the agony of a young girl watching her face and body, her livelihood and her pride be ravaged beyond repair. Tara once shared through tears, "I lost all confidence in myself." She was pushed out of major film projects, her reputation plummeted, and she became a tragic headline in the tabloids. But Tara Reid's story is a warning about the pain behind the mask of perfection. She is a victim of a system that demands women stay forever young, yet is ready to discard them the moment a flaw appears. Her transformation wasn't about skin color. It was the transformation from an A-list star into living proof of the brutality of industrial beauty. Although she has undergone many corrective surgeries to regain her form, the psychological scars remain. The Tara Reid of today has learned to face her imperfections, but her journey remains a costly lesson. Perfection is an illusion, and sometimes the price of chasing it is trading away your very soul and future. Imagine winning the genetic lottery. You possess a face that millions crave and the entire world worships like a goddess. But when you look in the mirror, you don't see it. You only see flaws. Welcome to the world of Megan Fox. Once the ultimate Hollywood muse after the blockbuster Transformers, Megan Fox wasn't just an actress, she was the gold standard of beauty in the 2000s. But over time, that fresh, natural look began to give way to something more angular, more sharp, and more artificial. The public began to buzz. From those towering cheekbones and eerily surreal lips to skin that shows zero flaws, Megan appeared to have transformed herself into a real-life version of an Instagram filter. But this isn't a story about vanity. This is a story about a meat grinder called Hollywood. Although Megan rarely confirms specific procedures, the transformation is undeniable. However, instead of hiding her insecurities, Megan courageously admitted a shocking truth: she suffers from body dysmorphic disorder. Think about this. One of the most beautiful women on the planet has never once felt satisfied with her own body. Megan Fox once shared, "I never see myself the way other people see me." This raises a painful question for all of us. If even Megan Fox doesn't feel beautiful enough, is there any surgery in the world that can truly heal the soul? Her transformation isn't just the result of fillers or the scalpel. It is the manifestation of an intense internal war against the impossible beauty standards that Hollywood imposes on women. Megan Fox remains radiant and glamorous, but she is living proof that the most perfect mask can sometimes be the heaviest one to wear. Are we witnessing an evolution of beauty, or are we watching a tragic film about an icon slowly erasing herself in pursuit of an illusion that doesn't exist? The stars we've followed were willing to sacrifice their very essence in pursuit of an illusion of perfection. But when the bandages come off, do they find true freedom or just a glamorous prison of artificial beauty? Your perspective is the key to unlocking this mystery. Share your thoughts in the comments. Is this extreme transformation worth the cost? Or is it an irreversible mistake? I'll be reading and responding to the most insightful comments. And be warned, the truth behind the next Masters of Metamorphosis is even more shocking than what you've seen. Don't miss out. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you can be the first to watch our next video. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, there's always more value in being authentic than in striving for perfection. See you in the next one.